Hello. I have some things on my mind for a while now. Actually, I was going to do a video on it, and I was just doing another video, and anyway, my camera ended up cutting. So this is what I'm doing to the webcam. So if the lighting quality and everything kind of off, you know why. So this video is to talk about it's basically about people who you move away from your home country and you either go to Europe or Australia or England or America. And automatically, everyone else who was around you before, probably not everyone else, they have a different perception of who you are or what it is they think you're going to become. And then everybody just start to treat you different or to move, they start to move strange. Now, don't get me wrong, right? But it's like, for example, you have friends or family, you have not heard from them in maybe, I don't know, years, and then all of a sudden, woo, oh, it's so nice to reconnect. I found you on Facebook, or oh, I went and I found out and I got your number. I've been trying to get in contact with you for such a long time. And these kind of things that and you might be like, yeah, it's nice and stuff, because when you move, I don't know, well, if it is you move away from your home country, you feel really lonely in the beginning, you feel really out of place, you have to find a job, you have to fit into this new environment, and usually it really, really not easy at all. And even when you do start to work and you do start to build a life there, it is not home, and you really want to be able to reconnect and you really want to be able to reconnect and you really want to you know still have this contact with everybody from home, and this way you don't feel so lonely, you don't feel so homesick and all of this. And honestly, there would be some people who really have lost touch with you and they just genuinely care. And you would know, I'm sure if it is you're in this situation, you know what I'm talking about, right? But then most of the people, depending if they ever traveled or anything, they would not understand. So it's like you have to try and figure out who is really for you, who is really supporting you, and who is not, who just BSing you and up to something. And this is something that I noticed, and it's really not nice. And you would notice, you notice. If you don't catch on to it right away, eventually you do. And before, when I had friends or relatives who lived in the US or in the UK and they came back, I always used to notice that it has certain people that were just kind of, they kind of keep a distance, a kind of, I don't know how to explain it. And then everybody would say, oh, you get rich and you switch. Or, what's the next expression? They might say, oh, since they don't remember where they came from. Yes, they remember where they came from. But the thing is that you don't remember where it is you come from. This person remember exactly where they came from, exactly where they are right now, exactly what it is they're going through. You don't know. They're probably wearing jackets, sweaters, and stuff in the house because, they can't afford heating in order to be able to eat and in order to be able to do certain things. They're making a lot of sacrifices, and maybe in your eyes, what it is they have or they're living in this country that is so rich in your eyes, you're thinking, oh, they're living this great life, but it is not necessarily better than the life that they had before. It is probably worse because what you might be looking at on your television and what you might be seeing on BT and all this stuff, this is not what life is all about. And a lot of times people don't get that, they just don't get it. So um yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And I said I don't want to really talk about it because I might end up ranting and raving about it. And I kind of feel like it's that self doing. But anyway, so it's like that. And You constant, you immediately contact this person. You want this, you want that, or you don't ask the person how they're going. You don't ask them what the life is like up there. Oh, what's your job? How much does that make? What's the money difference? Oh, really? Wow, you'll be like balling when you come back. This and it's like I didn't hear from you for like 2 to 3 years, and all of a sudden it's like, okay. Okay, probably they're just excited or whatever. And then the next time you talk to them, they say the same thing and oh, how much for this here? Oh, can you buy me? You can buy me this and and it's all these different things. And careful, don't get caught up in it and buy anything. If it is, you're not living in your home country anymore and you're living somewhere else and you're watching this video and somebody coming around with that, just be careful. I'm not telling you not to because it would have those persons it would have those persons who maybe you would, it might be somebody who you really care about, somebody who always supported you and stuff, and yeah, you don't have a problem. And I'm not going to tell you not to do any of this. Not everybody who come and not everybody who come and um asking for things or whatever. I don't know. They're not necessarily trying to, you know, what they're trying to say. Trying to get something from you, but you would have to analyze and you would have to realize that. And one of the things that people misunderstand when it is they see their relatives or their friends come back from this country and they come back from living abroad and being different, they automatically think that oh this person think that they're better than me and they think the same thing that no, it is so different. Now I am from the Caribbean. Most likely if you're watching this, like and it have like not really a lot of views or something because I'm already on YouTube. Most likely you see this on my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, and probably on my friend. If you're not, it's like okay, in the Caribbean or even in Africa apparently, it's like you move to this country and you become rich basically. And the value of life, in my opinion, when it is you leave when I left home and I came here, it is not such a big difference. And when I came here, it's like I didn't fit in. I still don't fit in, and things are really hard. And you have to work extra hard because in your country, you know how things work. When you come here, you have to do it how they do it, and then you have to build yourself up, and from there. So you basically start over life at zero. And when you see somebody is moving differently when they come back from abroad, it's because this person has traveled, and it's not because they travel like a tourist to another country. They went to another country to live. So it's like, that is like, how much changes that person is like going through mentally, spiritually. I mean, uh, it's like you start to appreciate certain things in life, and it's like this. When you move, it's like you move and maybe you have no friends, or you have your family and or your friends or your colleagues, and nobody really is there for you or anything, and just out of the blue all these people just start to pop up, and then you realize, okay, it's maybe people just trying to get things from you. It's really sad. In the beginning, you would not notice. It's after a while when people continuously using you, you realize, okay, something up. And this is why a lot of people act the way that they do because they know what their struggle is and they know how hard they have to fight to get what it is they are getting. So when they see you coming around and you're being phony, and trust me, they know when it is you're being phony, it is going to be very hard for them to just be like the old person they were. They are still that old person, but their eyes are open up. They have better perception of certain things, and they learn to appreciate certain things more and less, right? And you just change. That person change. And maybe for some people, it is not for the better. It could have a negative impact on some people, but um, you can't get mad at that, right? You can't get mad at that, and that is how it is going to be. And you can't, no matter what country somebody else goes to or whatever, if it is they come back, if they have something to give you, they're going to give you something. But don't be like greedy, don't be like saying, because either way, no matter what country they went to, even if they stayed right home and they became rich or successful or whatever, you just need to be supportive and really be a true friend and really be there for that person genuinely without wanting something in return. And that is where you would really uh reap benefits then. Not to say reap benefits, but don't look for anything. Don't look for anything from anybody. And you this is how um you can really just remain in contact with that person and stuff, because you should not be like this and people should not be like this, but either way it is like that. But everybody is given 24 hours and it depends on what it is you decide to do with it in a day, right? I cannot look at somebody else who is famous, or somebody who I know around my age, and they get all of this. I'm like, oh my God, you are so lucky. No, I can't be like that. That is unfair to that person, and that is unfair to God and time and everything, because we all given the same amount of time, and it depends on what it is we do with it. And yes, a lot of us, or a lot of you, are probably working really hard, and you just find like, oh, things not going, things not happening. It's 5 years after doing this, and it's 6 years, and I'm working so hard, and this is not happening. But you just keep pushing until something happens, and you just keep praying, and eventually something is going to happen. Or maybe, who knows, maybe that is not for you. But I really had to like get this out, because something's happening recently, and maybe nobody is going to watch this. I don't know, but or maybe I just talk it to my computer. But I just needed to say it, because people just sometimes don't understand that their actions probably helping to make somebody or help to break them. And it's really not nice when you're really far away from home, you're homesick, and you're just trying to figure out how to get into the groove of where you are and the new life, and you're working hard towards things. And then you get in this unnecessary pressure, and people saying these things or doing these things. Not that you should care, not that you should care at all, but you would think about it. You would think, am I being unfair? You would think, should I do this? Should I send that? You would think, or maybe I'm thinking too much. Um, they don't know what it is like here, or whatever. But it's just not cool. It's just not cool.